This video has 3 parts, which is the first one is the introduction, the second one is the key issues that are related to industrial relations, and the third one is the effort to address the issues. Before we start the video from the content, let me introduce my group members. Starting from the left is me myself. My name is Muhammad Idham bin Sulaiman. The student ID is 2024692712. And the next one is Muhammad Haziq Shameh bin Jaya Surya. The student ID is 2024251556. The next one is Aiman Shahmin bin Azman. Student ID 2024426112. And the next one is Muhammad Afiq Shauki bin Muhammad Nashar. Student ID 2024692662. And next one is Nabil Sofi bin Sharul Nizam. Student ID 2024242598. And last but not least is Haris bin Hassan. Student ID 2024220998. Industrial relations are the relationship between employers and employees in organization or workplace. This includes all systems, processes, and policies that will be instituted for the regulation and management of this interaction. The goal of IR, therefore, is to create harmony by balancing the interests of various stakeholders with the aim of ensuring economic growth. With the evolving phase of the economic world, the need for good IR cannot be overemphasized. A strong IR framework ensures that disputes within workplaces are handled effectively. There is maximum productivity and rights of employees are well protected. Industrial relations are also very crucial in foreign investment, as a guaranteed fair and predictable labor environment has always been one of the most considerations for MNCs. Despite the high level of development, Malaysia still faces many challenges regarding equitable and fair industrial relations. Some of the issues include problems related to recognition of unions, workers' rights, and compliance with labor laws. The following report looks at some of the major issues within Malaysia's industrial relation context.
Hi, today I'll be explaining about the key issues of industrial relations in Malaysia. Industrial relations in Malaysia face a complex and multidimensional challenges shaped by its evolving economy, workforce dynamics, and regulatory framework. These are the few expanded explanations of the key issues. Number 1 is the legal framework and compliance. Malaysia's industrial relations system is heavily influenced by the Industrial Relations Acts of 1967 and the Employment Act of 1955. While these laws establish protection and guidelines for employees, they are often viewed as favoring employers. One of the keys includes are legal restrictions on unions. There are significant restrictions on union activity, such as requiring government approval for certain action, which is workers' ability to organize effectively. Next is the unionization and collective bargaining. Trade unions play a critical role in Malaysia's industrial relations, but their effectiveness is hindered by, first, the low union membership. Union membership is declining, partly due to restrictive laws and the rise of contract-based employment. Second is the union fragmentation. Multiple unions within the same industry or organization often led to internal competition, weakening the collective voice of workers. And lastly is collective bargaining challenges. Negotiating collective agreements is often a slow process, with some employers resistant to union demands. This delays improvements in wages and working conditions.
Hi, I am Aiman. Today I will discuss key labor issues in Malaysia, including minimum wage, exploitation, and industrial dispute during retrenchment, focusing on challenges, case studies, and government efforts to address them. Dispute over minimum wage compliance and labor exploitation are common, especially in plantation and manufacturing, where workers face unpaid wages and poor conditions. Similarly, improper retrenchment often occur during economic downturns, leading to dispute between employers and employees. The 2018 Herta Lega workers' case exposed unpaid wages and inhuman conditions in glove manufacturing. The Kesatuan Sekerja Bank v Maybank 2017 case highlighted unfair retrenchment practices, sparking debates about fair treatment in layoff. To tackle these issues, law like the Employment Act 1955 and Industrial Relation Act 1967, along with minimum wage policies and regular reviews, aim to ensure fair treatment and resolve disputes. However, enforcement remains a challenge. While steps have been taken to address these labor issues, stronger enforcement and entrenchment to laws are critical to protect workers and promote fairness. Thank you.
So as you can see, this slide we're going to address the industrial relations issues. And to start with, Malaysia has worked hard to solve the industrial relation issues, and this is to make it things easier for people to work comfortably, and they have done this by taking various steps. And such example that I can give is first is about the legal reforms. So the Industrial Relations Amendment Act 2020 made important changes, and these changes is like allowing the direct access to the industrial court without the needing of minister approval, and improving dispute resolution through better conciliation and arbitration. And next is by strengthening the enforcement. The government has given more power to the Department of Industrial Relations and the Labour Department to enforce the labour laws. And these efforts is to fight the forced labour and also to improve the workplace inspections have increased. Thank you.
Now on to the second part of Malaysia's effort to address industrial relation issues. Malaysia has gone through many hurdles to ensure the issues with industrial relation in this country is solved, like social dialogue and tripartism. Collaborative platform like the Malaysian Trade Union Congress (MTUC) and Malaysian Employees Federation (MEF) foster dialogue between employers, employees, and the government, so that they would cause any so that people will be on the same page throughout the entire workforce. There's also global commitment, as Malaysia has ratified international conventions such as ILO, International Labour Organization, Forced Labour Protocol, to align labour practices with the global standards. And finally, awareness and training campaigns. Awareness and training campaigns are to educate employers and employees on labour rights and responsibilities. Training programs for dispute resolution, mediation, and effective communication. This is so that there are no misunderstandings within the workforce, and also to create a harmonious party between the employers and the employees.
Now, I will conclude about our topic entitled Industrial Relation. I will start with the progress in industrial relation. Over the past years, Malaysia has made significant progress in legal reforms to improve industrial relations. Malaysia has strengthened mechanisms for enforcement of labour laws, ensuring that regulations are followed more consistently. The government has engaged various stakeholders, including unions, employers, and civil society, to work together towards a more stable and fair labour environment. However, while there has been progress, several challenges still persist, which is discrimination. Workers in some sectors continue to face discrimination based on gender, race, and other factors. Second, one of the recurring issues is like lack of proper recognition and support for trade unions, which undermines workers' bargaining power. Last but not least, labour exploitation. Despite reforms, there are still cases of labor exploitation, particularly in certain industries like construction and agriculture. These challenges show that there is still much work to be done. To address those ongoing issues, Malaysia must focus on further improvements, which is modernizing labor laws. We need laws that are adaptable to new types of work, especially the gig economy. Other than that, Malaysia needs a stronger enforcement. While there are mechanisms in place, we must ensure that they are enforced more strictly to eliminate discrimination and exploitation. And the last one is fostering collaboration. There needs to be a greater culture of collaboration between employees and unions. A more cooperative approach can help resolve disputes more effectively by addressing these points. Malaysia can build on its existing framework and create a more equitable and just labour market. Looking ahead, Malaysia will also need to tackle new and emerging challenges, including the gig economy. More workers are engaging in short-term, freelance or contract work. Policies need to be updated to protect the rights of gig workers who often miss out on benefits like health insurance, paid leave, or job security. Next is technological disruptions. Advancements in technology, automation, and artificial intelligence, or AI, are changing the nature of work. This means new policies will need to address the impact of technology on jobs and ensure that workers are protected in an increasingly digital economy. So, where do we go from here? By modernizing labor laws, strengthening enforcement, and encouraging collaboration between all parties involved, Malaysia has the opportunity to build a more progressive industrial relations framework. If these steps are taken, Malaysia can position itself as a regional model for industrial relations, promoting workers' rights, ensuring industrial harmony, and adapting to the changing world of work. Ultimately, with concerted efforts, Malaysia can realize its aspiration of becoming a global leader in fair and equitable labour practices. That's all from us. Thank you for watching.